Hey gang, Dan from Creepy Creations here. So you got your pirate display all set to go except for that one empty corner. So what the heck are we going to put in there?
Build some cheap-ass pirate crates.
Great idea! I think we might need some supplies.
Here's some of the crap you'll need.
A hammer, some brad nails, a tape measure, a pencil, a saw, a utility knife, some rope.
Oh yeah, and some wood.
And remember, when you're using power tools, safety first.
Sure, why not?
We bought a bundle of slats at Home Depot and pre-cut one to 18 inches to make cutting 16 of them a lot easier. You don't have to be terribly accurate when cutting, since we're going for a bit of a rough-hewn look anyways. Okay, now that we've got 16 of these things finally cut, throw half of them away.
What?
Well, set half of them aside. Are we going to use the first 8 to make the bottom or base of the crate? The first thing we'll need now are 3 cross pieces. Fortunately, the leftover ends from cutting all those 18-inch slices are almost exactly the right length. We only need to nip about 1/4 of an inch off. With our 3 cross pieces ready, we can now assemble the base. We'll line up the 8 pieces and put a cross piece at one end. Once everything looks relatively well lined up, we'll put a single brad nail in each piece to hold it together. It doesn't have to be strong, it just has to look good. We'll now flip it around and repeat the process at the other end. And lastly, we'll put the piece in the center. It's easier to line up the nails if you put the ones at opposite ends first. Then you can line up the other ones just by sight. And there's the bottom, all finished. And here we are with the bottom finished, or top, depending on how you look at it. For our intended purposes, this will be the pretend bottom of the crate, supposedly for shipping our own bottles of beer or ale or something like that. So now we need to put on some sides. Each side is made from 4 of the remaining 8 pieces. We'll also need a couple of short pieces to nail them together. We'll just measure those by stacking the parts together. Once we have the short pieces cut, we can begin the final assembly of the sides. We'll measure things up directly so that we get the best fit. And again, a single brad nail will hold everything together nicely. We'll measure up on both ends. Then stack the final pieces together. And nail them in place. Once we've done that for one side, we'll simply use 3 brad nails along the edges to hold it together. And now we repeat the process on the other side. With the second side completed, we now need to install a couple of brace pieces, just to give the box a little more sturdiness. We'll cut a couple of pieces and use some brad nails to hold them at each end. And there, the basic shape of the box is done. Now we just have to complete one end. We'll need 4 pieces, and it's probably best to measure it straight off the box, since the thickness of the wood might vary. A final set of nails, and the end is finished. The last thing we'll need are a couple of pieces of rope. The last thing we're going to do is a bit structural and a bit decorative. We're going to put some rope around it. So we're going to put a little piece of rope, well not that little, around the box like that. First we'll fasten one end of the rope by putting 3 nails in. That should be strong enough to hold it. Now pull the rope around the box as tight as you can and fasten the other end. This provides a decorative touch and also provides some stabilization for the edges of the box. Don't forget to repeat the process at the other end of the box. There you go, one quickly slapped together cheap-ass pirate crate.